So the plan is that I'm going to do a series of videos about things that I kind of bring to my counselling. So things that are important. So one of my most important things is the whole try to understand what other people are trying to say. And if you're trying to say something, then try and do it as well as you can. But it feels like if everybody in the world tried to understand what other people are trying to say, give them a chance, allow them to finish their sentences, allow them to think while you're giving them attention. Wow, what a world it would be. We would be amazing. People would feel so much more heard, so much more listened to. They probably would make a lot more sense as well because they're not having to rush to explain what they're trying to say. So, yeah, I want it on my tombstone Con. She was trying to understand what other people were trying to say or something along those lines. I feel like it's something that is a quote that if ever I get to a point where people want to look for quotes from me, then that would be a really good one. And I like the fact that Con is the one that has matched that by the other one, which is and make sure that you try to be as communicative and simple and clear as you can be when you're actually saying something. So a big thing about this trying to understand what somebody is trying to say, try and get that in your head, is asking questions. It's giving attention, first of all, like not kind of twiddling around thinking about other things, getting distracted by stuff, but actually looking at somebody and actually kind of giving them the minimal encourages, like, yeah, okay, but also, asking the questions, asking the probing questions. So I don't quite understand what you mean by that. Can you explain that again? Do you mean this? Do you mean that? I'm not quite sure. And often that's what people need, to look into something a little bit more, that maybe they haven't thought it through enough. And actually, by somebody asking some clarifying questions, that's what I think is the important thing. Clarifying questions, clarifying comments. It could just be, what? I mean, that's a clarifying question. It's like, I don't understand what you're saying in a very simple way. And I need a bit more. So yeah, clarifying questions, and it's just so important because how do we know if somebody has understood what we've said? We don't. We're not that person. I mean, I guess if they give us feedback, they do that kind of that minimal encouragement, nodding, and asking obvious questions that show that they've understood, they've got the point. Then we do get that feedback. But otherwise, we do need people to be awake and feed back to us what they're getting from what we're saying. So I'm saying this here, so I need some feedback. Does it make sense? I mean, to me, it feels like a mega thing that if we all tried a little bit harder to try to understand what people are trying to say, I think the world will be just so much better. Giving people a bit of time, giving them a bit of attention, making them feel like they've got something of value to say, that we want to listen to them, we want to understand what they're trying to say. I mean, isn't that great if we do that? So, anyway, that's one of my first ones. All for now.